Hey everybody, today I wanted to do a super fun video. It's going to be in my Trash to Treasure series, and I hope to do these Trash to Treasure series at least once a month, and if I don't, I'll do it whenever I find a really good find that I want to make into something to treasure in your wardrobe. So today's trash, I guess you would call this trash. I was going to send it to the Goodwill, but it's actually in good condition, so I want to use the term trash in a very light form, just saying that it's not my style, and we're going to turn it into something that would be in my style. So here's the top. It's just simple, just the simple jean dress, and it's very long. It goes all the way to the bottom, or it goes super long, and it has slits at the bottom for easy walking, so you don't walk like a penguin. This dress is not fashionable at all. There is basically no shape at all, and I'm not sure if this dress would be very flattering on many people. I mean, I guess it would be flattering because there's not really any shape, but this dress is a few sizes too big for me. It's a size 10, and I wear around a 4 or 6, so it's definitely okay if the dress that you have is a few sizes too big, because it'll still work out just as good. And I'm pretty sure you could find this dress at any thrift store across America. I wouldn't say in your consignment stores, because those are kind of like thrift stores, but not really. But in your consignment stores, you probably couldn't find this because they like to keep up with the trends. But any thrift store, you can find a long jean dress. I assure you that you will be able to find one. And I'm 5 foot tall, so it goes right to the top of my foot, so it's the perfect length for a maxi dress. And that's where our first style is going to go. And so what we're going to do is, the first thing is, since it is too big, and if your dress is too big, you need to put it on and try it on. For me, the armpit goes way too low, and it shows some of my bra, which isn't very classy. So what we're going to do is cut open the top here, and then we're going to sew it back to the other side. And if you aren't a good sewer, or you don't know how to sew, what you can do is cut it, and then make 2 holes, and get ribbon, and just pull the ribbon through and tie it. And then if you're going to wash this dress, make sure you take the ribbons out so they stay in nice longer. But if you're going to go that route and this needs to be shorter, cut these to the right length that you need them, and then do the ribbon thing. But if you are crafty and you know how to sew, you can either hand sew it. It wouldn't take too long to hand sew, but I'm going to machine sew it since it's faster. And if you're sewing, make sure that you sew on the inside out, so that you can have something similar to this on the, so you don't have anything poking out on the outside. Alright, and then we're going to belt it after we have it at the right length for the straps. And then at the bottom, you can either keep it the way it is, or you can cut off the bottom and do an emery board on the end to make it look distressed. Whatever you feel looks best for the style you're going to wear it. So let's go ahead and get started into the first look, the bohemian look. The first thing you're going to do is cut off right on the seam of your dress sleeves to make it fit right. So we're just going to go ahead and cut across with our sewing shears. Do that on both sides, and make sure you do it right on that seam so you have accurate sleeve lengths. The next thing you want to do is get your sewing gauge out and decide how much you're going to cut off. I'm going to be cutting off 1 inch, so I have it set on 1 inch. And then I'm going to cut off that exactly 1 inch so that I know, so that it's all even. And then we're going to go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Okay, so once now you have your sleeves cut, you want to just pin them together and turn this inside out. And then okay, once your dress is inside out, then you're going to pin these 2 together. And it's okay if it's a little bit off like this, just as long as you have it on straight at the lowest point is even. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is sew it. I'm going to sew it in white just so you can see it. You might want to move, Megan. And then what we're going to do is just sew across the top of here. Now you can sew across your needles as long as you're super careful and you go really slow. So what you're going to do is go ahead and throw your sewing machine and do that, all that good stuff. Okay, this is going to be kind of hard to do because the foot doesn't go up that high. Alright, so you might want to come on this side so you can see. I can get this freaking under here.
I might zoom in just a little.
Okay, ready?
Okay, yeah. It's recording.
Okay. I'm gonna zoom in.
Let's zoom down. Yeah.
Zoom in. Yeah. This is what it should look like once you've sewed your sleeves together. They don't have to be perfect, just as good as you can do.
That looks really good.
Okay, so here's our end look. What I did was I took my hair out of the side ponytail and I put in a feather earring. If you have feathers, it'd look really cool, but I don't have feathers, so this is an easy way to add feathers. And actually, I made these, and so I probably, in the next couple days or weeks, I'll show a video how to make these really cool feather earrings. But anyway, what we did was we sewed the top of the sleeves, and I didn't cut off enough because I thought they'd be too short. So they are a little bit long on the armpit area, but I put a tank top underneath and it's not very noticeable. Then we added the cute belt, and I added some cute little sandals that have a braid on them. So overall, it's a very easygoing, bohemian kind of look. I really like this. I don't know if I personally wear this because I'm not much of a maxi dress person, but it is cute. And I also added this really pretty braided necklace that I got at Plato's Closet, so I'm not sure where you get it. But it's super cute, very easygoing. You don't have to always add all these jewelry because I know it's a little much with the earring and the necklace, but it's a super cute idea, and it's so easy if you aren't very good at crafting, and it's super easy look. So we're going to go ahead and do our second look, which is going to take this dress from a maxi dress to a short daytime dress. So let's get started. Okay, so what you want to do now, this is for the second look, and what you're going to do is take your dress, put it on, and see the length that you want it. For me, I'm going to be cutting it off right at the knees and then hemming it up a few inches, so it'll be right above my knees. But if you want it shorter or longer, just figure out how long you want your dress, and for appropriateness and things like that. So I've already pinned it right about the length that I want to cut it off, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting it off, and then we'll start sewing.
Okay.
Alright, so what you want to do is cut up the side first, just to make sure so you don't have, it'll be more even cut if you go ahead and cut up the seam. And don't turn the camera the other way because I can't film it. Oops. Okay. As you can see here, I'm almost done up to the seam, right to where I need it, right here. So what I'm going to do is spread this out the best I can and go ahead and just cut the front side. And you want to make it cut a little bit longer than what you want it to be, because you're going to have to hem it, and if you cut a little too short, you don't want your dress to be too short because then you're going to start all over. So just very carefully cut all the way across the front of your dress. Once you're over here, this flap just comes right off. Just cut it up, the seam on this side. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, this is going to be really awkward.
I'm sorry.
Okay, now you're going to go ahead and take the end of your dress and then line it up and make sure it's a pretty even cut. This isn't too bad, but then you're going to pin it up to where you're going to hem it and then go ahead and sew it. So this is for the more advanced people. Now, if you don't know how to sew or don't have anybody in your family who knows how to sew, what you can do is take an emery board and take it along the line of here and scuff it up to make it look more distressed. And that's then if you're going to do that, you need to cut it at the exact length that you do want it. But we're going to go ahead and pin it up and sew it. So we'll see you when we're done. What you want to do is go ahead and pin up your dress to where you want it, and make sure you pin it inside out so that you have a nice clean look on the outside. So as you can see, I've pinned it all the way around, and make sure you lay it out and make sure that it is even, because you want your hem to be even. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get sewing.
Big no.
Okay, so I finished sewing the bottom of my dress, and if you aren't very good with the sewing machine, you can definitely hand sew it. It wouldn't take too long. And then I took a nice satin ribbon and tied it right here. I wanted a different look than the first look, but you could definitely use the same belt. A nice touch of classic pearls here, and I added some really cute white wedges.